Today we have this jumble of cut wood that I cut out on the Ortur Laser, which I conveniently put on here. We're going to make a Game Boy out of wood. Obviously it won't be functional, but it should look interesting. I say out of wood, but I cut some out of wood, some of the D-pads, but I also cut some D-pads out of acrylic. So we'll see which one we like better. Set that over there. We're probably going to go with the wood because I do have paint markers and I don't really have any good glue to adhere the acrylic to the wood. So I bought this file on Etsy and there was supposed to be a video that showed how to put it together. I went to pull up the video just now to see the order of assembly, and of course the video is no longer available. So we're just going to kind of figure this out here. Let me get all these parts out. I will say one problem I had with my laser with the Ortur, when I'm cutting out the start and select, the air assist would just send them flying. So that's not a fault of the model, that's just I didn't lock down the air assist. I didn't restrict it any when I was doing those. To be honest, after I did it twice, I just kind of got tired of it. And then after the fact, I realized that I should have turned the air assist down some. So let us make some room here. I mean, I can always go back out and make a couple more selects. I could put like 10 of them on here. We may end up doing that just to see the final product. I'm actually going to go get my actual DMG, one of them. I have lots of them. And we're going to take a look at it next to that. All right, so we have a Play It Loud here, the yellow, that I have to clean. I don't know if you can see that, but I did a test where I put this in the ultrasonic and cleaned it. So I'm going to take the whole thing apart. I have replacement serial numbers coming that are having custom made. I'm going to clean everything. That's why this looks different, because I've cleaned it. So we're going to take a look at this here. Okay, yeah. Not quite the size, but it's really dang close. Cool. So we've got that part done. We'll let that dry a little bit. We'll move on to another section. Let's see here. I think we'll just go down to the next layer here. I don't want to get these confused. So like with these buttons, like I said, I think I want to double them up so they actually stick up out. Whoops. Let's try that again, huh? Give me a clamp. Well, I had my glove there. Just dang it, I did it again. Okay, we're just gonna let those dry for a little bit and then we'll be back because my battery's about to die. And we're back with a fresh battery. I moved my model over here to the side so I don't get any wood glue on it. Glue this first. Let's come back to it. Get these clamps off. Well, I didn't quite get enough glue down here, but it is what it is. I'm not a woodworker. So let's go ahead and put this on here and then we'll put some clamps back on. And we're actually just going to use this other piece of wood. Kind of spread it out a little. If you got a better technique for doing this, let me know. It beats using my finger, I guess. I can't say I've ever really wood glued stuff too much. The only time I ever use wood glue is when I'm like fixing a stripped out screw hole and you know, you put some wood glue and toothpicks or whatever in for like your cabinets. That's the thing about putting glue on stuff. It makes it very prone to slippage. Make sure it's still lined up. Oh, I guess that one was holding my button. My bad. Since we had some corner liftage, we'll go ahead and do these two. And while that hangs out, I think the buttons are ready. Crafting is not my strong suit, and trying to film it on top of that, nicht sehr gut. I'm not very good at it. I really like the idea of the acrylic. It's just adhesives aren't my thing, and I don't really know what to use that'll hold the acrylic to the wood and not eat the acrylic. If you've got any recommendations, please put them in the comments. I will say I shook these quite liberally when they were still in the box. Okay. Come on. There we go. That is taking color very nice. Oh man, I hate that sound. The sound I really hate's permanent marker on paper. It just drives me insane. Does it drive any of you insane? Like, it's just the worst sound. People are like, nails on a chalkboard, and I'm like, no. Magic marker on paper. Oh yeah, I really like that red. It's not the maroon that we're kind of expecting, but it will work. All right, now that that's had a minute to dry, let's go ahead and go back to it. Make sure we don't get that paint anywhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue these together, and then we'll glue it to that. Okay, our buttons are mostly dry. I'm gonna put those on last though, So I can keep this flat for now. You know, this is actually starting to get almost as heavy as an actual Game Boy without batteries. Okay, let's take a look at this again. Starting to come along, guys. We're gonna hope that was long enough so we can continue. And then corner to corner, okay, but we want this on the interior. So we're gonna try to be very careful here. Oh, guys. I think that's as good as I'm gonna get it. And we're gonna call that good. Because Ryan has stuff to do. And we're already 45 minutes into this before it's edited, so I think that's how it's supposed to go. So let's do that. I imagine this is another spot where the jig comes in handy. YOLO, I guess. Bangarang. Yeah, like I don't have that quite level, but we're gonna call that good. So let that hang out for a minute and then we'll put the two together. All right, we're gonna call that good. Since these are the same size, I'm just gonna glue the biggest piece. Get my squeegee here. Clean this up with my finger. Put that back on there. Same there. Here. Get rid of that a little. And here we go. How's Mario go? Here we go! Seems fitting for the Game Boy. Okay, since this one's the one that's standing up, we're going to get in there first. Try to get that level. Then we're going to come down here to this corner. And then this corner, and then there, and then there. And we're just going to let that hang out for a little bit and we'll be back. I actually decided while we let that dry, whew, that was hard to say, we'll go ahead and put the buttons on. So with the buttons, we're just going to put a little down in here. Yeah, doubling it up was definitely the way to go. That looks nice. So while this dries a little, I'm going to go see if I can't find one more of the select buttons so we can get those put together. So I don't think there's really a good way to do this here. So I went ahead and put one in off camera. Go and get the other one in here. Don't think they're going to stick very well. If you press on them, they're so small they just stick to your fingers. So then they just pop right out. So basically we're just hoping that that glue will dry and be fine. But yeah, that's it. It's making a Game Boy with the Ortur Laser. Link to the lasers in the description. Link to this file will also be in the description. Both will be in the sticky. If you're gonna buy this to like do it as like a gift, I would probably buy that guy's jig plans if you have a 3D printer, because these are definitely not even, and yeah, I did a pretty terrible job here, but that's my fault. It just is what it is. That's pretty cool. And then again, like I said, he sells these little diorama cartridges that you slide in here, and then you have the little diorama. Pretty cool. Like, it's not exactly, but I mean, it's pretty dang close. It's missing the headphone thing and, you know, the off on, and you could probably make your own power button for it, and but it's pretty neat. Pretty neat. And I'm smearing red paint everywhere. Good job. Welcome to Crafting with Ryan, right? There you go.